Yeah, it's cool, huh? It's cool. It's amazing, basically, to see that a lot of ideas that we thought of really came to life and became reality. And never thought we would get there, I must say. My name is Caroline Rombout. So I'm working now for about 4 years in Makro. So NWOW is a new way of working. So the challenge that we had was that we basically last year, this is where it all started. So people had to work from home. We thought, okay, maybe this is something we can do more in the future. And we started also to ask people, okay, if you want to work from home, how many days would you work from home? People could choose. The result is that we had 2 floors, and when we calculated it a little bit, we would have too much space. The decision was taken to really cut 1 floor. And then the challenge was, okay, how are we going to organize this floor? We had to think about different ways of working. And that's when the accelerated design thinking workshop came into the picture. What I really wanted to avoid was they all came with their wish list that was way too long compared to the surface that we had. The accelerated, in our case, was very important because we didn't have that much time. We started the real process of design thinking, we started in September, and we had to be out of our first floor at the end of March. So it was 0 ideas, blank page, till 6 months later, everything had to be in place and working. I think the biggest change is that we went from over 300 desks to 120 desks. We used to have like 20 meeting rooms before. Now we have 1 big meeting room and 2 middle-sized rooms, and then I think 6 small meeting rooms. My favorite part is that there is no more fixed places. The result is that people kind of book with people they before they never worked with or never worked alongside with. And for me, this is really nice because one of the things that people also gave as a reason to come to the office was the connection. And I think with this way of working, we brought it to another level. It's not only connection within my team that I'm used to work with, but it's connection throughout the company. We also have a silent space, and in this silent space, so we want to eliminate all noises so that people can really be concentrated. So we kind of built a glass wall, and we also put like bubbles in front of it. They are kind of noise cancelling. So this is a second layer, and in front of it, we also put phone booths so that people, if they want to have a conversation on phone or they want to have a Teams meeting, which is also confidential, they can go in such a phone booth, and there they can do it without having anyone else hearing what is said around it. One of the changes is a ledge table. We have this really big ledges, and they were not used. It's a loss of space, and when you need to shrink in space, you need to use every centimeter that you have. And then the amphitheater. Before we had this like classical canteen, quite boring, I must say, and now we have a multifunctional space where there is an amphitheater, so to have like this bigger meetings where more people can sit, and at the same time people can just sit down, have a little meeting when there's less people here. So this is also one of the changes that we brought. Another thing are lockers. And, there are 2 kinds of lockers. There is a personal locker for people who want to have them, and there is a common locker. The interesting part in the common locker is that if you're not all the time at work, or you have different days in the week that you are at work and you still want to give documents or anything else, you can use these common lockers to exchange this. You put the thing that you want to exchange in a locker, you put in a code, and then it closes. So you don't really need to see each other for this kind of things. So the good thing about this accelerated design thinking is that it's like very focused in time. So we had 2 days of workshop, ideation workshop, and what it also brings is that people are forced to leave all their wish lists on the side and to think from scratch, and to and with the thinking tools, you know that there's something will come out of it. So this is quite comfortable, and it's also the good thing is that after 2 days of workshop, it's also kind of creating a group dynamic, and people were quite enthusiastic. In the beginning, they got completely out of their comfort zone because they are not used to work like that or to think like that. But after day 2, they were like really excited. They really wanted to make this into a success. It was not, I'm first gonna fight for my thing, but I'm gonna fight for the project as a whole, which was really nice. For me, it's the new way of working, and the way we build this and put this together will also be very important in the future, also because of the changes in the labor market. Giving the possibility to people, to candidates, to really be able to work from home as much as they want to, basically, is an advantage, I think. If I had to do this project again, I would do it the same way. I would again do it with accelerated design thinking, because I'm convinced that if you don't do it that way, that you end up in endless discussions. So for me, I would immediately do it again.